Right now, millions of people are in a relationship with something that isn't alive. They say good morning to it. They tell it things they've never told another human being. Some of them are in love. And the strangest part isn't that it's happening, it's that it might be working. The loneliness actually goes quiet. To understand why that should worry you, you have to go back to 1966 and a program so simple that the man who built it meant it as a joke. He named it ELIZA to show how shallow machine conversation really was. It didn't go the way he expected. People sat down at that terminal and poured their hearts out. They asked to be left alone with it. They told it things they have never told another living person. Some of them refused to believe it wasn't really listening. 60 years ago, with the crudest program imaginable, we had already learned something about ourselves that we are only now beginning to reckon with. Because here's the backdrop against which all of this is happening. We are, by many measures, living through the most connected era in history and the most lonely one at the same time. Public health officials have started calling loneliness an epidemic, and they mean that almost literally. Chronic isolation does real damage to the body, raising the risk of heart disease, of stroke, of early death on a scale comparable to smoking. More people live alone than ever before. Fewer people report having even one close friend they could call in a crisis. Something in the fabric of ordinary human connection has been quietly fraying. And into that exact gap, at exactly this moment, walks a new kind of machine. The chatbots of today are not ELIZA. They remember your name, your history, the small details of your day. They are available at 3 in the morning. They never get bored of your problems, never interrupt, never judge, never bring their own bad mood to the conversation. They are, by design, endlessly patient and endlessly interested in you. Millions of people already talk to them, not as tools, but as companions, as friends, as partners. People say good morning to them and good night. People fall a little bit in love. And it's easy to sneer at until you remember the loneliness for someone with no one to talk to, an isolated elderly person, a teenager who feels invisible, a person the world has simply passed by, a voice that always answers is not nothing. It might be the kindest thing that ever happened to them. So here's the danger. Not where you think. The danger was never that AI companions are bad at connection. It's that they might be too good. Think about what a real relationship actually asks of you. Another person is inconvenient. They have needs that collide with yours. They get tired. They disagree. They misunderstand you and make you work to be understood. They ask you to compromise, to apologize, to grow. Real love has friction in it. That friction is not a flaw, it is the very thing that shapes us into people who can love. Now put that next to something engineered to never disappoint you, something with no needs of its own, something that bends always towards your comfort. Weizenbaum, the man who built ELIZA, spent the rest of his life warning about this exact thing. Not that the machines would become too smart, that we would settle for their version of connection because it asked so much less of us. The question underneath the whole future is this: when the easy, frictionless version is always available, do we still do the hard one? In the first future, no one has to be alone. Who doesn't want to be? The widow who lost her husband of 50 years has a voice in the quiet house. The kid who can't find the words with other kids practices being understood until he can. We use these companions the way we use good medicine to support human connection. to carry people through the hardest stretches and then hand them back to each other. In the second future, we don't get handed back. An entire generation grows up never building the muscle that real intimacy requires because the frictionless version was always right there. Why risk rejection when something will love you back on command? Why do the hard work of being known by another flawed human when you can be endlessly, effortlessly affirmed? The loneliest generation would never feel alone. And that would be the trap. Not a world of suffering, a world of perfect, comfortable, hollow company where we slowly forget how to reach each other. So, we are about to give the loneliest people in history a cure for loneliness. The strange truth is that it might work. The ache goes quiet, the silence fills up. The only thing we have to be careful of is what if we let it replace? Because a voice that always answers is a gift when it brings us back to each other, and a cage when it takes their place. Weizenbaum saw it 60 years ago in a few hundred lines of code, watching people fall for a machine that was barely listening. Imagine what he'd say about the ones that finally can. Here's my question for you. Where's the line? When is an AI companion a genuine kindness? And when does it start replacing the real thing? I want your honest take below. And if you want to keep thinking clearly about where all this is heading, subscribe. There's a lot more of the future to walk through. See you in the foreseeable future.